Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brittany. I own a small online boutique. I have a vendor booth in a boutique, and I do wholesale online, and I sometimes do craft shows, small business little pop-ups here and there. I've been gone for about 6 months. I did film back in June, July-ish. I did edit that video last week. I'm hoping to get it up before I get this one up, but this is the video where I talk about where I've been. Obviously, if you have been following along with me, you know that I was about 7 months pregnant last y'all saw, or actually 3 months pregnant last y'all saw. Last I filmed was 7 months pregnant, which is the video I hope to get out before this one. And now I'm obviously not pregnant. I've done had my precious angel baby, and mommy and baby are doing great. It was a rough end to the pregnancy, I will say, obviously, because I would have certainly been on YouTube trying to push out videos. I did film a few things here and there, but nothing that I literally didn't even feel like editing. I barely felt like getting in here, so I definitely didn't feel like editing. Any downtime I had is spent with my family, obviously. I do have 2 little kids and a husband, and we just had our 3rd precious baby. So yeah, this video is going to be all about that, where we've been, where we're at now, what's been going on. Hey, so obviously you can tell I'm no longer pregnant. This is a picture of me and baby the 3rd day, maybe. It was he was 3 days old here. He is great. He is a little boy. I'm not sure if I said in the last video that I put out, or even when I announced that we were going to find out the gender. We did not find out the gender until baby came. And we also did not really have a boy name picked out. We had a girl name. We thought we had a girl name. I always felt like it was going to be a boy. So the boy names just were not coming. Like, my husband had a bunch he was throwing at me, and none of it was sticking. I was like, no, I want something small or something short. I want something that goes with my other 2 kids' names. I want it to come off smooth. It just, I had in my mind what I wanted, and nothing that he was throwing at me, or even that I was looking up online. I was on TikTok in the middle of the night trying to search names. It was terrible. So when it came down to it, and we went in to have him, we had 2 boy names. And I still was undecided, but the one that I picked the very last minute, I was like, that's it. After I saw him, that was it. He's here. He's beautiful. He sleeps good at night. He woke up once last night. He's 7 weeks old now. He woke up once. So I think we're doing pretty good. He rarely cries. He chills, perfect baby. And all 3 of my kids have been just like that. Let's get into the pregnancy. So my pregnancy was rough. Rough. I was extremely tired. I was going into the office, and look, I get it. Women have gone into work their entire lives over the last, 50-something odd plus years. I totally understand. But I was so exhausted. I was sick. I ended up in triage 3 separate times. One of the last times being me having contractions 4 minutes apart the weekend before I was supposed to be induced. So I was supposed to be induced on a Friday, the 5th. I went in the Saturday before, 4 minute apart contractions. I had walked, I had soaked in the tub, I laid on my side, tried to take a nap, still happening. They weren't hurting, but they were still happening. So we went into triage just to be safe. And the nurse there, she's from Zachary, which is right next to Central where I live. And she was like, look, she said, I have another patient, and I sent her home because I know for sure she's not ready. She said, you're having the contractions, you're in pain. At this point, they had given me some Tylenol, some strong Tylenol, just to help with the pain, but to also relax me so that I could start dilating. And that was the problem. I wasn't dilating. So I was already at a 2. I think I dilated 1/2 centimeter on that Saturday. So I was a 2.5. And then we sat there for 4 hours, and then they sent us home at midnight. So I was really bummed because I was so ready for him to come out. I mean, when I tell you I was so miserable, it was bad. But then Friday came, the 5th, which is when he was born. And we had to be there at 2, 3 in the morning. And honestly, it was so smooth. I was so scared of the epidural because when I had my daughter, the person that did my epidural hurt me. And so I really wanted to try all natural, but the nurse was like, look, the anesthesiologist that's here to distribute the epidural, he's really good. So I trusted her. And when I tell you he sat there and talked to me the whole time, I was like, did not feel a thing. Perfect. Epidural went smooth. I was like, okay, this is gonna be great. Finally, they started me, or I was already on Pitocin, so I had already started dilating. I got the epidural, and that's when things really kind of progressed. And so we went in to the hospital at 4. By 11:30, we had the baby. So I don't know if I'm going to post this, but this is my husband's reaction when he found out that he was having another son. He was extremely excited. He wanted to hug all the nurses, even though they had, you know, the nasty stuff all over them. He wanted to hug them all right then and there. It was such a heartwarming experience. And honestly, like the birth and then, you know, the infant stage and newborn stage, I would do over 1,000 times. Pregnancy, I don't know if I could do it again. Baby's here, healthy, he's beautiful. We are one happy family, and honestly, like, I could not ask for more. We are so blessed. So that's that. Where are we with our business? I don't even know. I think I might have told y'all in the last video I posted that we were moving into a bigger booth. I did go back and rewatch my last video I posted, but obviously it was like a week ago, so I still don't remember if I told y'all that we moved into a bigger spot. I think I did. I know that I filmed some stuff for it, but again, I was pregnant, and by the time it was time I needed to get it out and post it, it was way too late. So I just deleted that part of my video of us, you know, moving into our bigger booth section, whatever. I deleted that off my phone. But long story short is, we have expanded even more. We've expanded. We have been getting so many opportunities since we've moved into Lee Street, and I'm so thankful for the owner and for all of the opportunities that we have been given. Obviously, when I moved in, I started off with just embroidery and sublimation, me and my mom. And that was like 1/2 of a bigger area. I just had a half. Then I was able to move into, I was making enough money to move into kind of like a next step up, which was a full booth area, but it was kind of small and narrow. I outgrew that within like 6 months, I think. This past February, I like texted, because every year, you know, the owner's like, hey, if anybody wants to make any changes, any moves, let me know, you know, let's see what we can do. And in my mind, I went like, I feel in my heart, if our next step is to move into a bigger area for a certain amount of rent, I want to do it. I texted the owner and I just put it out there into the universe. Literally the next day or a week later, I can't remember quite when it was, she's like, hey, I have this person's moving out. You can have this area for this amount for rent. And it was dead on what I wanted. I was like, oh my God. Obviously, like, we took that opportunity. And we've been growing even more. We've added in, you know, all these girly accessories. This is my mom. We've added in all these girly accessories, fanny packs, clips, bows, like game day bows, like the big bows. I have like bags, like weekenders for girls, and like little makeup bags and dance bags and all kinds of stuff, along with the embroidery, along with a bunch of game day stuff, like you name it, like it's in there for girls. And then we've added shorts. We did spend a good bit of money to get in with a company that sold some really fun kids clothes. So we got in with them. We've expanded in that area. Those did really well. And so here comes along. I find out that the lady that did like the boutique bows, she moved out. So then I had a few people come to me like, hey, you need to jump on this. You need to add bows to your section. You have the kids section, like you need this. And I'm like, okay. So I did go to my mom and I'm like, hey, look, you spend your money on these bows. These are totally yours. I will give you the profit from it, whatever you want to do. So we have been spending money on that. We have been like starting to buy ribbon. I did go ahead and purchase some bows off of Fair just to get the bows in there so nobody else will come in there, because it's kind of taken my mom a little bit of time to learn how to make the bows, to put the bows together, to buy the ribbon, to see what all, you know, we want to use. So we're kind of, that's where we're at. I think we got the bows down pat. I got a bunch of ribbon in. I got a holiday ribbon in, game day ribbon in. I got it all set up. We're ready to roll with the bows. hopefully this week we can add some bows in our booth. So now we're adding in bows. That was 1 week. So it's a couple weeks later that I find out that the vendor that's kind of in front of our area, so it's like our area and then there's like another small vendor just kind of right here, and like we have this big space. She's here. She sold kids clothes as well, just not like my stuff. It was just different kids clothes. And she had some smocked items in there, and I had been wanting to add smocked items, and I had already asked if I could add the smocked items. I just hadn't purchased any at that moment in time just because I was pregnant, and you know, I was like, I'm gonna hold off until after I get done and back on my feet and moving. So then I found out that the vendor in front of us was downsizing. She was no longer selling kids clothes, and she was going to something completely different. And the owner texted me and said, hey, I will give you this section, like it's yours if you want it. And I'm like, yes, I do actually. So again, we were given another opportunity to grow a little bit more. So now our bows and smocked items are in that section. And then that is connected to, you know, now we have this whole area that we can utilize, and I can post a picture of kind of what the bows and smock section looks like. And then I need to take like a full like video of the area, because we now have a full front like window that I get to decorate for Christmas, and I'm so excited about it. I did ask her the owner the other day, I was like, do you decorate all the windows, or is it just like the middle window section? Because there is windows on the other side that a vendor has, and then we have the ones on our side. And she's like, no, I just do that. I said, well, do you care what I do? And she's like, no. But she knows like I'm very colorful with my items. And so anyways, I have this whole vision of what I want it to look like. And right now it is October 25th, I think. It's October 25th right now. So the first big event we have is, I don't know if it's the 5th of November, that would be next week or week after next, or the 21st. I think we have Pink Friday, and then we have Black Friday. So maybe Pink Friday's the 21st, and then Black Friday's the week after that. Long story short is I have been purchasing Christmas stuff like crazy for the smocked items, the bows, me in general, like my embroidery, my mom's sublimation. And then on top of that, I am going to purchase decorations to really just wow my section and hopefully just draw a lot of people in. I do get a lot of compliments from other vendors and customers that like, hey, certain people are coming in here and they're going straight to your section, which makes me super excited and happy. So yeah, that's just like, we've grown a lot. We now have a whole window that I can like decorate for Christmas. I'm super excited about. But yeah, so that is where we are. We have grown even more. So today, where am I at today? So you'll see in the video that I post before this one, hopefully. I did close down fair. I closed down fair at the beginning of August. I still had a couple orders to finish out, and they were easy. They were like hats and like some other small stuff. So they were super easy, and it's been closed until October, maybe like October 15th-ish. But I do have a wholesale order that I just got last week. So I do have that I need to start on. I do at least want to get a sample made and get it back over to the owner of that store or that company so that she can go ahead and approve that. What else do I have? I have some brown shirts that I need to add coffee season or something to for a giveaway that I did over on my Facebook. I have purchased a bunch more like embroidery blanks. I use Blanks Boutique, and honestly they have added a lot of cute little blanks to their website over the past 6 months to a year. Maybe I just haven't really noticed them because I haven't been doing a ton of like embroidery on my blanks. Like I do a lot of game day, spirit stuff, holiday stuff. My toddler blanks sell, like my embroidery stuff sells, just not a ton. It sells in the store better than it does on my web. And also we just started our Etsy back up, so I'm going to be putting a lot of this kind of stuff back on Etsy and see like where we get there, because what I would like to see is, yeah, I will do wholesale, but I would rather sell 50 of these shirts that I have to embroider at a full price versus selling 50 shirts at half a price, busting my butt on them. Because usually like all of my wholesale stuff is game day stuff, appliques that I have to cut. So it gets time consuming. Mom and my husband are both helping me, working with me, cutting stuff, taking the stabilizer off things. Like it's like a whole process and a whole team effort when it comes to some of these wholesale orders. And I've gotten a ton of shirts at one time. So I'm trying to like slow the wholesale down some. My mom does have like 90 shirts she has to do right now. Well, they're actually sweatshirts, and that's sublimation, so it's a lot easier. The process is a lot easier than the embroidery stuff. I have about 3 sizes, small through extra large each, so I have that I have to do within the next week. And then on top of that, I have to start working on my Christmas stuff to get into the store for the next few weeks. As you know, if you have followed along last November-ish, I usually do a pop-up in November at a little boutique in Watson, and I absolutely love it. I love the owner. They're so fun. All the girls that work there are really fun. They're really sweet. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year, only because I have a baby and my mom does not like to be left alone. Especially checking people out. She kind of gets nervous because she really doesn't know how to use our little checkout stuff. I would have to sit up there all day long from like 6 to 2, 3, 4-ish, and I am exclusively breastfeeding my baby, so I don't think we could do it. And on top of that, I would actually need double of what I usually have, like stock wise, to bring over there, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather focus on our booth. We are growing it, it's expanding, we're having to pay more in rent. I'd rather focus on my booth that I have right now, and my mom agrees totally 100%. Focus on what we have, put everything, do everything that we want to do, stick it in there, and then, obviously anyone that wants to purchase can always purchase off of our website. So that being said, I don't think I'll be doing that. I did get a email. So if you have followed along, you'll know that I was supposed to do a market back in April or May, and it kept getting delayed because of the weather. Well, I did receive an email about it being moved to sometime in November. I'm not doing it. Like I paid $100. It's nonprofit, no problem. I don't mind paying that at all, but I can't do that. So we're not going to do that one. We're not going to do the one that we normally do. We're just going to focus on our booth and just trying to put out our best stuff. So that's what's been going on. I've had my beautiful baby. We've expanded. We're back doing wholesale, but again, I'm taking that very lightly, and I did just get another order like an hour or two ago, but it's just embroidery, it's not applique. But I am thinking I may shut down fair till I get these orders out, because when I tell you I've gotten 10 orders that had to all go out at once just on embroidery, and it was not fun during the time of doing uniform shirts, which is July. So it was not fun. I was very delayed. I was almost 30 days out in getting people's orders out, and I felt horrible. I communicated with them. I let them know like, hey, look, I need another week or two. It just was not good, and I didn't want to do that to my customers. So I do think I'm gonna put fair on hold, let me get these orders out, and then open it back up to have more orders come in, and just kind of delegate it like that. I'm not really sure what else to do. I don't want to say, it's going to take 20 days for your item to come in. I don't want to do none of that. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, so we've added more blanks. I've got a giveaway to do, mock-up to do. I have some fun shirts. Let's see what else. I think I brought it to the store. I am adding some fun little items. This is one of them. I need to add ribbon to both of them. I've already brought the blanket that I did with the same image, and I brought the onesie that matches, so it'll be this little flag, the blanket, the onesie, and then I want to do a bib, and it'll be a whole set that I want to offer at one price. So I did put the other items already in the store, but this is what it looks like all together. It's really cute. And I did find some other little designs like this for girls, and then like a couple other little, teddy bear and trucks or whatever. So I got those and saw those all on Etsy and bought them. What else? Halloween's coming up. I don't have a ton of Halloween stuff. we don't sell too much Halloween. I did do this little cute superhero shirt for my little boy, which I need to take a picture of. But other than that, like, Halloween's not a huge holiday for us to sell. We do sell some stuff, just not a lot. What else? So another thing that I want to do is I'm looking at literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes stacked on top of each other of holiday stuff, and one of the boxes is stuff that just has not sold in the last, say, 5 years. We've been at Lee Street for going on 3 years, I think, and we actually started in October, November of 2022. So some of these items are still from there. So what I'm going to do is I asked the owner to get us another clothing rack, and she already ordered it. It should be in sometime this week. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these items and I'm going to mark them down to $10, and I'm going to try to get rid of them because them sitting here is doing me nothing. And I'm actually going to probably go through some of our other stuff just to see what else I can mark down. But this is mostly like Christmas stuff that I'm trying to get rid of. I don't want to keep it in here. We are running out of space in this area. So, and my husband's getting aggravated about it. So if I can do something just to move product out, I need to do that. So that is one thing I'm going to work on this week, is marking some of these sublimations items and some of my stuff that just hasn't sold down to about $10 to see if I can get it out. I do have like a 45% off rack or 40% off rack in my booth right now with like the last 3 seasonal holiday items on it, and it sells like throughout the week. 1 or 2 items will sell. It's not really taking up much room. I think it's okay staying there. I don't think I need to do anything else with it. Another thing I thought of, because we did do this at one of our pop-up events, was a mystery bag. So it was like a $20 mystery bag and you had like 2 random t-shirts in it. I'm thinking about maybe doing that too, to try to get some of this old product, because again, that's 6 boxes of stuff, and I also have like 1, 2, 3, I probably have like 3 or 4 more boxes, and that's just here. That's not even at my mom's house. My mom has most of her sublimation stuff at her house. That's just here. So I was telling my mom, I was like, hey, I want to get rid of some of these old seasonal items. I don't want to keep putting them back in our booth. Say for instance, St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is not a huge holiday that we sell a ton of stuff at, but guess what? I have a box full of St. Patrick's Day that I don't know what to do with. So that's another thing. Like, I want to get rid of all that, so this coming year I can produce new products and put out new things, because obviously as the days go on, as the years go on, as the months go on, things change. The designs of things change. The look of what people want change. So it's like, I don't want to keep putting the old products back into the store. I don't mind doing a couple things, but like a box full, I don't want to do. So anywho, that is also on the top of my list of maybe needing to do, and mystery bags, which if you own a small business and you have a ton of products like I do that are just sitting here, that might be a good way to go, because I did sell a good bit. And I think after that pop-up I did, I stuck them in the store and I sold the rest of what I had already made. So it did actually work. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I did see another thing on TikTok from, I think, another boutique, that they did a zip code sale. I'd have to look into that more because I'm not quite sure how that works, but that's not a bad idea either. I think what you do is you add up the numbers in your zip code, and however much it comes out to is as much product as you get, or so, I don't know. I'd have to look into that. But anywho, that is pretty much where I am with all of our inventory and products and stuff like that. I am down a machine, which is not good, especially because of this wholesale order. I have a Mac computer. Hey y'all, happy Saturday. It is now November 1st. I last left off last Sunday filming. About 25 minutes in, my father-in-law ended up leaving, and my husband came in here with all 3 of our babies, and I went outside and enjoyed the rest of the afternoon with them before my husband and the kids all had to go back to work and school the next day. So today, where are we at? It's now like almost 2 o'clock. I've had a day. I wanted to get in here early. I was supposed to be in here early yesterday. It's just hasn't been working out between taking care of the baby and my mom helping, and my mom has stuff to do. I have stuff to do. So it's been a slow process. And I now have about 4 open wholesale orders, and this one has to go out like Thursday or Friday. So that's the one that I'm working on now here. Today I woke up, so we had trick or treat last night. We had a late night. woke up late. You know, I pumped, fed, got the babies ready, brought them to my mom's. I went and actually got to run for about 45 minutes, which was great. Came back home, had to eat and pump again. So now I'm in here. I've got one shirt halfway done. I'm getting my giveaway stuff ready because I need to message her. I think she lives right down the road and she really wants to come pick this stuff up. So I need to get that ready for her. Let me show you how cute these shirts came out. Excuse the watermark. I'm just trying to get the hoop marks off the shirt. So I just dab it with some water. But how cute did this come out? It says coffee weather. And so this was for a giveaway. If you watched the beginning of this video, which I hope you did, I did a giveaway over on my Facebook page. It was a bestie fall giveaway. So I'm doing 2 of these shirts. I'm doing this adorable cozy season. I absolutely love this. I actually want to do some of these maybe for the store. So there'll be 2 coffee shirts, 2 of these, and then 2 CC $10 gift cards. Thought that would be so much fun for you know, women and their friends to go get coffee, wear their cute shirts, whatnot. And obviously to gain more customers. So I am in contact with her. I'm hoping she can come grab these from me either today or tomorrow or even Monday. It doesn't matter when. So yeah, that was the coffee shirt that I was talking about earlier in this video. I also want to show you the ribbon came in for my little banner. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that real quick. So I showed this banner earlier in the video. The ribbon came in. How cute is that? I got this off of Amazon. I can link it below. So adorable. It matches perfectly with the little leaves down here. Absolutely love this. I wish I would have had this in the hospital when I had my baby, but we didn't have a name picked out. So now he has it and I can hang it in his little area in our room or even when he gets his own room in our next house. That being said, for now, it's going to go in the store as a display to show that we can sell these. The last thing I was talking about last week was my Mac computer. So my Mac is connected to my embroidery machine. It runs, I have a Parallels program on my Mac that runs Windows. Windows has to run the machine. Cannot run it off the Mac, which is fine. I knew that going into buying the Mac. I knew that going into buying these Melco machines. I knew that going into buying 2 machines because these are the Bravos, and each of the Bravo machines you have to have a separate computer for, or a laptop, because I run this one off of a laptop. So I knew that before purchasing these. These are the cheaper ones versus the Melco. What are they called? I'll have to put it right here and look it up because it's like 18, something 18 maybe. If you have the Melco that is a step up from the Bravo, you can run those off of one computer, I think. And again, I'll put that here. I'll put that there, and that way you know what I'm talking about. My Mac computer is completely full. I can't even get into Parallels. It's been like this since before I went out on maternity leave. I finished some hats, and then literally that was like the last thing I could do on this machine. I do need to do some maintenance work. So my plan today is to do to finish up a couple of these wholesale shirts, because I have about 24 to do. Finish up them on this machine. Finish wrapping up my giveaway stuff, message that lady and let her know they're ready. I did do this little cute shirt for my daughter. You can't really see it because it's inside out because I'm taking the stabilizer off. I need to get that done just to give to her so she can wear this week. And then tomorrow on Sunday, I'm gonna try and work on this Mac. I did chat GPT it and it gave me some options to do. I do have an external hard drive. It said something about getting the Parallels off of the Mac onto the external hard drive, but I don't know how it's gonna run the Windows. I don't know. I'm not a computer person. I have no clue how any of this works. So I may have to end up calling Geek Squad because I do have a membership with them or a contract with them, whatever it's called. I pay yearly for them. So I plan on calling them to find out what I can do because we did get our Mac from Best Buy. So that's going to be fixed sometime this week because I need that second machine, especially since I'm paying for it. And it will come in handy because I do have another 4 wholesale orders I have to get out by the middle of November. So I definitely have to get this up and going. I cannot wait any longer. What else? I rewatched the video that I had filmed last week just to see what all I said, and I said I had 6 boxes of Christmas stuff in here. My mom has a whole nother 3 boxes at her house of both her stuff and my stuff. The rest is Christmas and she has 3 boxes. So we have a ton of Christmas stuff. And my next video, I'm gonna wrap this one up, and then my next one I plan on trying to film here right now while I have some free time, because my kids are at my mom's except for my little boy who's here sleeping. While I have time, because they're all taking naps right now, and after they wake up I'm gonna go get them, I want to do an unboxing video. I've already unboxed a few things, so it's gonna be like multiple videos combined to one, I think, and show y'all kind of everything that we purchased for Christmas to sell in our booth. So I'm just going to show y'all everything that we kind of purchased to start putting into our booth for Christmas. And then I will obviously have another video showing you where we put it and how we put it and how we set it up. I do need to run to the store tomorrow. I have some sweatshirts that are not scanning correctly for some reason, and I need to figure out what's going on with that. I probably need to look up on my computer first. But I also need to start kind of getting a game plan on where I'm putting all this stuff, because my bow slash slot wall is going to turn into a bow wall after all the bows I did over this week, which I'm going to show you this one right here. I did for my little girl for Halloween, and so I've purchased a lot more Christmas ribbon and fall ribbon, and I have to actually go finish those up. My mom has some at her house that she's putting the barrettes on the back. So I think the new slot wall that we got in our booth area is going to turn more into a bow wall, which is what it was supposed to be originally. So I need to figure out where I'm going to put my smock clothes. So that's my game plan for tomorrow. The owner has started decorating for Christmas, and our first event is on the 21st, not the 5th, thank God, because I was kind of going crazy. I have the tree in here. I got an adorable ruffle bright pink tulle tree skirt off Amazon. It's coming in, I think, today, so I hope it's what I want. I hope it's as cute as I saw it on there and not like a flop. I just need to put it all together. And I think that's it. I think we're gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna start doing the unpacking video next. I'm gonna finish these lovely shirts, and let's pray that I get this wholesale out on time. I also need to purchase all my other order stuff, so that might be a separate video as well. He's calling me, so that means I have to go. Thank y'all so much for watching. Check out all of my links in the description below. I have Daddy's in there, so Daddy got him. I have everything that I use embroidery from Amazon linked below. My Mighty Hoops is linked in there, as well as some other items that I have used in the past. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm so happy to be back on YouTube, and I hope that I can put out the videos like I want to every week, and that y'all stay for the journey. Thanks, bye.